What would happen if, without warning, the moon simply vanished from the sky? No explosion, no collision, it just disappears. At first, you might think the only thing we lose is a beautiful object hanging above us at night. But the moon is far more than a decoration. It is one of the main engines that stabilizes Earth itself, and removing it would trigger a slow, unstoppable transformation of our world. The most immediate change would be the tides. Right now, the moon is responsible for nearly 2/3 of all tidal forces on Earth. If it vanished, ocean tides would shrink dramatically. Instead of large, predictable rises and falls, the tides would become weak and irregular, driven only by the sun. Coastlines would change, many tidal ecosystems would collapse, and species that depend on strong tidal cycles, like crabs, mussels, and many fish, would be pushed to extinction. Entire food chains would break apart. But the biggest impact would come from something you can't see: Earth's axial tilt. The moon acts like a stabilizer, keeping Earth's tilt steady at about 23.5 degrees. Without it, our planet would wobble like a poorly balanced spinning top. Over thousands of years, the tilt could shift wildly, jumping from almost 0 degrees to as much as 60 degrees, and then back again. Imagine a world where the poles sometimes point directly at the sun, turning them into scorching deserts, while the equator freezes under permanent winter. Seasons would become unpredictable, violent, and extreme. Ice ages and periods of intense heat would arrive not over tens of thousands of years, but possibly within centuries. Humans would struggle to survive in a climate where the rules keep changing. Agriculture would collapse first. Crops can't grow when summers sometimes last 4 months and sometimes 20. Deserts might appear where forests once grew, and frozen tundra could form in what used to be tropical regions. Humanity would be forced to constantly migrate, chasing habitable zones around a planet that no longer has stable seasons. The night sky would transform as well. Without the moon, nights would be much darker. Animals that rely on moonlight, like nocturnal hunters or migrating birds, would be disoriented. Predator-prey relationships would shift, and many species would either adapt quickly or disappear. Even early human civilizations used the moon to track time, measure months, and navigate across oceans. Without it, our own history might have looked entirely different. Interestingly, the disappearance of the moon would also change the length of a day. Right now, the moon's gravity creates a braking effect on Earth's rotation, slowly making our days longer over millions of years. Without that braking force, Earth would gradually begin spinning faster. Days might shorten by minutes at first, then eventually by hours over long periods. Faster rotation would mean stronger storms, more intense winds, and even more chaotic weather patterns, adding another layer of instability to an already unpredictable world. Earthquakes and volcanic activity could also increase. The moon's gravitational pull gently kneads Earth's interior. Removing that influence suddenly would shift how Earth's crust settles, potentially waking dormant fault lines and destabilizing regions that have remained quiet for centuries. Human culture would change too. The moon has shaped mythology, religion, art, poetry, and storytelling for thousands of years. Losing it would create a psychological void unlike anything humanity has ever experienced. And with nights pitch black, cities around the world would be forced to rely even more on artificial lighting, further increasing energy use and altering ecosystems already sensitive to light pollution. So, what would the world be like without the moon? It wouldn't be an instant apocalypse, more like a slow unraveling. Oceans would calm, climates would twist, days would shorten, species would vanish, and civilizations would constantly adapt to a planet that never stays the same for long. Earth would survive. Humans might survive too. But the world we know, the world shaped by gentle tides, stable seasons, and a bright companion in the sky, would be gone forever.